see you all, old friends and one or two new people. People who haven't been before, don't be too scared. This is you might not realise this, but this is the start of a new cult, and you're on board early on, so you probably make the most money. This is AxisCommunity. This is the 9th informal event we've held. It's probably about the 10th or 11th or 12th event altogether. Because the government, after their education kind of mantra, have actually pulled all the funding for everybody who's already got a degree. So can you, quick show of hands, if you've got a degree or an NVQ4 or an HNC or anything like that?
Failed.
Kind of affects this room just a little bit, doesn't it?
People have got bank accounts.
Yeah. So what they've said is that you guys have already got a high-level qualification. You don't need another one. That's it. That's you done for your life, unless you can actually pay for it yourself. So of course we've kind of kicked up a stink at this point, saying actually that's a little bit detrimental, a bit crazy thing to do. And it looks like we might have negotiated probably a 2-year stay of execution for any member of AxisCommunity, anybody at Axis Centre who wants to come on courses. So what I hope to announce, and this isn't official yet, but what I hope to announce in the next few days is that these guys here and these guys here are basically going to support you with bursaries. So if you fall foul of this government's, it's called ELQ, Equal or Lower Qualification, if you fall foul of it, these guys are going to support you with bursaries to make sure the cost of studying at Axis Centre is kept absolutely as low as possible. We are doing an SEO course at the moment, which is about kind of 35 quid a day, and in no way, I mean this is a reflection on the big man who is helping us deliver this in any way. It's the fact that we want to keep community-based as much as possible and keep the cost as no barrier at all to actually being involved in AxisCommunity and the courses generally. Okay, we have been in the process of evolving our courses for about 10 years, and what I'm now showing you now took me about 10 seconds to kind of draw. So it's a little bit kind of deconstructed, but what we're doing with the courses is that rather than just going at, we'll just produce endless web design courses, or on a whim we'll just produce something else. We're actually trying to look at what businesses are trying to achieve as a sort of full cycle. And instead of just sort of jumping straight into the sort of design and the build elements of web design, we're trying to put some courses in there that are cause you to kind of think about your business plan, allow you to critique that with other people. I bang on endlessly about this, but we've got an Olympic athlete who's going to come and tell us about goal setting and all that kind of stuff. And we've got various people who are going to take part in some extra courses that are all about the full cycle of kind of all the stages of making some money online. Cool. So very quickly, this first stage, this is about ideas, plans, preparing. So little geezer, have I got an idea? Has it got legs? So we're going to have some courses that are probably really about 35 quid a day, where you can come and spend a couple of days with the web design team and actually critique your ideas, trying to develop it, hone it down before you actually spend the money on it. Are you waving at me to be faster?
That's really good.
She thought it was really good, so shush. Okay, really quickly.
Cheaper than you.
Cheaper?
Next stage in the process, web design, obviously, and graphic design. So we're going to have plenty of courses in that Paul's leading. Next after that is the build phase, led by Bjorn, who's trying to speed me up over there. So that's basic web design right through to standards compliance stuff. Should have a lot more courses in place there. Enable, this is about putting clever stuff in there. I won't say Web 2, functionality, shopping carts, databases, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have more courses in there. Enhance is my bit. It's about persuasive content. It's about video, the persuasive elements of it, and actually getting some content on there, trying to persuade people to do something. And then promoting, which is where Gavin joins us. Intro and advanced SEO, the Google stuff, looking at virals, creating viral videos and all that kind of thing. I'm nowhere in Google. Dude, we can store it. You decide. The one with the most hair, definitely. Okay.
I think the first thing you need to ask is SEO something that would benefit my website? And for that, we obviously need to know what SEO, search engine optimization, is. It involves tampering with, meddling with, messing about with your site and the relationships that other websites have with your site in order to enhance its search engine rankings for specific predetermined search terms. Now, high search engine rankings are not an end in themselves. You can't feed your family just because you've got high rankings. They're a means to get quality traffic to a website. And as an example, if you've got a search term, say Spanish holidays, which has 1,000 searches a day, if you get the #1 spot across all the search engines, you would get on average 400 visitors a day from that term. If you get somewhere at the bottom of the first page, 8, 9 or 10, you might get 15 visitors a day. If you're down on the third page, I think you'd be very lucky if you get 1 visitor a day. With SEO, there aren't prizes for doing mediocre things. It's really winner takes all, and it's about getting those top spots. The other thing we've got to say immediately about SEO as well is that it's something that takes time. It's not the solution if you need traffic to your site tomorrow or next week or probably next month. It's a sort of mid-term, 6 months, a year. Some people we look at and we say, yeah, 2, 3 years hence you will be absolutely, milking it, but don't expect too much in the interim. There are some areas of business where it just simply doesn't work. If you're introducing a new brand or a completely new product or service, there's no traffic, there aren't people searching around the term. So SEO will get you rankings but no benefit. And with that, you perhaps need to look at a more conventional approach of brand building either in the real world or online before SEO becomes of any relevance. I think as well there's a theoretical area where we can say things are too competitive to be worth chasing. If you're in mobile phones, for example, I think it would cost you too much to get on the first page for a term like mobile phone for it to be economic at this stage. You're too late in the business cycle to chase it, and it may be that SEO isn't the answer. It may be that you would need to choose completely different search terms to pursue. If it looks as though SEO is a way forward for you, the next thing you've got to ask is, have I got a site which is suitable to SEO? Have I got the resources there that can move forward? And if you look across a sort of really broad range of websites, at one end you've got sites which are simply rubbish. And that's a sort of technical term for sites which are broken, malformed, ugly, don't work, and a whole host of sites that read as though they've been written by someone for whom English is their 3rd or 4th language. I would suggest very strongly to you that if you even suspect that your site might fall into that category, you need to address that by other means before you take the SEO route. At the other extreme, you've got some very, very stylish, highly designed sites. And very often, style overtakes substance. They have almost no content to them. And what a search engine needs in order to get a site, know what it's about and rank it, is content. It needs text and it needs context, that is words around that, but also structural context to a site. And it needs hypertext, that's links from one site to another, to know who likes what sites, where the influence is flowing. A lot of these sites which are stylistically beautiful and SEO unworkable are built in Flash, but they're not exclusively so. And I don't want to blame Flash, but there are issues in that you cannot, within Flash, get a lot of the context and the semantic context that is helpful for SEO. And if you've got an entirely Flash site, I think you need to take a long, hard look at it before you move further down the process and say, are there things we can do to flatten bits out of it, put some HTML framework at least into parts of the site so you've got something more workable to go at. I view a Flash website as like trying to run the 100 meters with your legs tied together. You'll get there in the end, but it'll be a long and painful process, and it might be better just to untie before you set off.